There, everybody. Welcome back to another Wednesday recap with Gavari Games. So, doing this one live because I don't feel all that well. I've got a little bit of congestion like that, so I don't really feel like trying to sit down and even try and portion of doing it. Anyway, so so yeah, we didn't actually have our normal Wednesday night game. What we did do is we did a battle royale at level 12 for those that were there because our DM couldn't do it. He had a multitude of things that he was trying to get done, and he didn't want to have our game suffer because of it. So everyone bumped their characters up to level 12, except for me. I have a character that I've played in a one shot previously who may be the one going with everyone when they get to that level 12 sweet spot. And that level 12 sweet spot for us is when the plan is for us to go to space. For us to finally actually make this a Spelljammer campaign and not just a normal D&D 5e. So, so I've got this dwarven Blood Hunter. Yes, I'm using the Blood Hunter class that Matt Mercer created. I mean, if you can't tell, I am a Critical Role fan anyway, so might as well, right? But when I played him the first time, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, I want you to play him so badly," and I had a lot of fun playing him. I think that when the chance to go to space, there's a good chance that Soren's going to want to just go home. We'll see how that all plays out. That could change or whatever. Regardless, I brought Brock to the fight. Blood Hunters are a lot of fun. They can do a lot of awesome damage. There were a lot of cool things that I had to learn to try and figure out, which was good that I brought him to this battle royale scene because I got to play with some of the mechanics of it and see, oh, I need to figure out how that's going to happen at my table, at this table, because that ruling might change. Anyway, regardless, yeah, it was a lot of fun with Rudy the Wizard. That's the guy that plays Cooper and Rudy and Sal chose to bring the wizard in. And so what does he do? He has a feat, and I don't remember what it's called. I think it's Spell Sniper or something like that, where he can cast something up to a mile. If as long as it's a range of 30 feet, it can go to a mile. So he dimensions door a mile, straight up, and just starts free falling. He can also cast his spells a mile away. So he's already just a mile away anyway. He can just start casting, and he had the math worked out and everything. He would fall so many feet per round. Ridiculousness. It was such an awesome thought to do that with a wizard. Sorry, like I said, I'm not feeling well. I would have never thought to try that. I just immediately made me go, yep. He's the one that we need to take out because he's going to be at full health by the time he gets down here when he feather falls his way down. So yeah, our Bard Akerth, he created from stones that were in this arena life, animated object, and so we had those of us that were there. It was myself as Brock, it was Gesh, Akerth, and Rudy. And we were just kind of self-adjudicating it because we're all friends. We trust each other, and that works. They animated some of these rocks. Had to fight with some of the rocks, but Gesh wasn't having it. Gesh was when I first brought Brock in, everyone loved him so much because in the previous game, we were in this university's arena. And it was a university's arena because this was their graduation deal for their students, and the concept was that you go in there and you fight with the students, and that's their graduation present type thing to get a taste of what real adventurers are like. Um, I had a rogue backstab me and drop me, and I was just like, oh man, that sucks. But they brought me back to someone brought me back to life, and when they did that, Brock stood up, and I thought about it. I was like, we were in here, and this is a brutal deal. You just dropped him. He's got one goal. He's not a very nice person. So what I have Brock do? I have him chase down that kid, take a big swing with his axe, killed him, and I did so with enough fervor that I was able to make I believe it was a strength. It was either strength or dexterity roll to see how far I could throw the head, because I lopped him off. And I lopped the kid's head off into the crowd, and it was a big thing, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, you just killed the student!" And of course, the clerics were able to resurrect him and bring him back, but Brock don't give a, so so everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, he's just a brutal character to go up against." The truth about blood hunters is, yeah, they can do a lot of damage, but they're squishy. They take some of their own health in order to do that damage. It's a fun class to play story-wise. Like, there's a lot of fun background stuff that Matt Mercer put into it, but it is not just some, like, kill beast. It doesn't go in there and just murderize everyone. Sorry about that. But regardless, it was a lot of fun. So when this battle started, everyone had been talking about it, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?" Everyone took their bets on me, and I was like, "Guys, I don't know what you're thinking, but we got a bag of hit points there with our Dragonborn Barbarian. We have a wizard who can just do mass amounts of damage to all of us at once. Plus, our wizard player is the most experienced player at the table. I'm worried about him. And I was right to be worried about him. So the first thing that happens is Gesh, like after Rudy pops up, Gesh decides, okay, I'm going to see what this guy's all about, because he wasn't there when I played Brock the first time. So I'm going to see what this guy's all about. And he started running towards me, and he got about halfway there, and I used one of my blood maledics on him to share damage. And I informed him of that. Like, you feel your blood, I told him, you feel your blood start to boil, and you just know that no matter what you do to me, it's going to hurt you just as much. I didn't tell him that it only lasts that one hit. Because I didn't want him to go, well, it's just going to be a little bit of damage, I'll be fine. But it does only last one hit, and I amplified it so that way it only did one, would match the damage exact. So that stayed on him while he turned and went after Akrith. Beat the living piss out of Akrith. I mean, Akrith is our Valor Bard, squishy, can do a lot of cool things, a lot of damage, but bards are still very support style characters. Akrith was able to get out of that. Brock took at one point. Brock took a swing at Akrith. At one point, a fireball had come down on everyone. At one point, chain lightning had come down on everyone. Brock left Akrith alone because he took one swipe. Akrith said, "I was going to leave you alone, lad, but then you pushed your rocks off on me," which no one got the joke there, but that's okay. And so he said, "You don't hit me anymore, and we'll be square until it's just you and me." I'm like, okay. Brock is tactical about this. He's thinking, there are two people in this arena that he really needs to worry about this moment, and that was the big Dragonborn Barbarian and the Wizard, who is still at full health, shooting at us from above. So he kind of made that bargain with the Dragon Man. Gash said, yeah, that makes sense, but not before he put Akerith in the dirt. And the funny thing is during those death saving throws, Akerith rolled a nat 20. Laid completely still and just started curing himself with some cure wounds on every turn. And then, without us knowing, went invisible and moved across the mat and continued healing himself. We didn't know this the entire time that Rudy is falling, trying to cast spells at us, trying to hurt us, doing just enough damage. By the time Rudy landed, Brock, I know, was at 6 hit points. I know, and Gash was pretty low himself. But he lands and goes greater invisibility. I tried to do something about it. I really couldn't. There wasn't enough in the toolkit for Brock to really do anything against that. And especially since it's the first time I made a Blood Hunter. First time I even looked at it was at the level 12 stuff was right then. So Gash was trying to take open swings, trying to find him. Brock was trying to figure out some sort of blood maledict and figure it out, because we had said we were going to just gang up on this wizard when he gets down there. There comes the Scorching Ray. Brock drops. Gash drops. So it's wizard versus bard at this point. And it becomes an animate object fight. So they both animate a lot of rocks at the same time, surrounding each other with it, dimensioning door away. It was a good magic fight. It was intense. Gash, this is all, it drops on all of his death saves. By the time the fight is almost over, like by the time the next person drops, Brock had one saving throw left. And so what happened was, there was one rock golem from the animate object left right there. Rudy gets dropped and fails all of it, and dropped. Then the rock golem smashes Brock. So technically Brock came in second. Rudy's going to be watching this going, no, but Akerith, our bard, our Valor bard, won the day, man. It was an awesome fight. It was a lot of fun. We did it all. We took most of the night to do it, and I can't wait to try it again. Now back really quick to the reason I didn't pick Soren for this, because Soren has been my character throughout the whole thing. Why wouldn't I pick him, right? The glove. The glove, and I thought it was too much of a one-hit kill thing, and I would have, and having Rudy pop up out like that, I would have just gloved Gash. I would have let Gash kill Akerith, gloved Gash, and Sanctuary. Rudy wouldn't have really been able to do much about that. Or wouldn't have been able to hit Soren. So and Soren's got a decent amount of health. Rudy lands, and it's a battle of I just gotta get close enough to you, right? So I didn't want Soren to go in there and have a one-hit kill thing. We could have said, okay, the glove's not active right now. Or whatever, but then I thought about it more and more. I was like, okay, even if they were put in an arena, it doesn't match what Soren would do. He's a tranquility monk. I just didn't think it worked out. So I brought in someone who has no problem lopping off the head of a